What happened to Remy, ladies and gentlemen? We may have witnessed the most tragic event of the year with Ma. The woman who made her reputation on strength, dignity, and respect was just devastated on an emotional level. Not by a rival or a scandal, but by Reminisce, her own daughter. When a moment that was supposed to be sweet turned into something that no mother ever wants the world to watch, cameras were rolling. The clip became viral in a matter of hours. Comments like, "This broke me," were all over Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. This was not fair to her. And picture your kid performing that live. Here's the twist, though. It may not be the video that everyone is sharing. Some claim it was a harmless slip. Others claim that it made clear what has been going on for months inside Ray's family. Fans are now posing the query that no one ever imagined they would. Is Remy Ma at last giving in to the pressure? Because it wasn't only embarrassment based on her appearance in that video. It hurt. One that is impossible to fabricate. The kind that makes the internet your worst adversary. Remy Ma handled herself like a natural force for years. No matter who tried, the woman would not be broken. She overcame everything, including rap fights, jail time, betrayals, and beefs. People referred to her as the Bronx icon who never cries, invincible and immovable. However, that image was quickly destroyed by what the world witnessed this week. Because there was a mother and suffering behind that armor. Actual suffering. The sort of thing that pierces deeper than words could. The video began simply. At a small gathering, Remy and her daughter share memories on stage. Just a normal family moment, until it wasn't. Nothing spectacular. Supporters claim the change was immediate. They were grinning one moment, and then Remy's expression fell as if everything had suddenly changed. She was feigning a grin and attempting to keep her composure as if nothing was wrong. Her eyes, however, spoke for themselves. It wasn't okay. Something profound was provoked by something her daughter said or did. All it needed for the internet to devolve into pandemonium was that. The clip went viral in a matter of minutes. TikTok uses dramatic music in their edits. Frame-by-frame analysis of her facial expressions on Twitter. People were analyzing her response as if it were a case in court. It's evident in her eyes. According to one tweet, "That's a mom who just got humiliated." "This ain't funny," remarked another enthusiast. "You guys are making fun of trauma." Naturally, the trolls joined in, creating memes, adding captions, and distorting the content to make it seem more obscene than it actually was. However, the majority of people are unaware that Remy Ma has been engaged in months of silent struggles. According to insiders, she has had a rocky relationship with Papoose and has been balancing her public persona, family, and work without any help. A gossip page was supposedly informed by an unnamed buddy. She's sick of constantly being powerful. The evenings she sobs are not visible to the general public. The tone of the internet was altered by that single sentence. All of a sudden, she wasn't being ridiculed. In real time, they watched her fall apart. In an interview, Remy once remarked, "I've been through worse," which makes it ironic. I'm not afraid of headlines, but when your own child is in them, especially when the internet portrays it as your downfall, the headlines have a different impact. The headlines of rumor websites read, "Rey Ma's daughter exposes her live on stage and breaks down. A family drama is captured on film." The tape was enough to ignite the flames even though nobody truly understood what was said. Because context is irrelevant in the world of viral fame. Emotion does. And it was a raw emotion. Through the television, you could practically sense Remy's sadness. She remained motionless for an excessive amount of time. It wasn't a show. It wasn't a performance. Every parent has experienced that horrifying moment when humiliation and love collide. According to one insider, the party was intended to be a surprise. But Reminisce, being a teenager, went too far with his jokes and said something that made people uncomfortable in front of everyone. Some claim that her daughter wasn't even at fault. That Remy's response to a nasty shout from someone in the audience was captured on camera. However, the harm had already been done. The veracity of a video is irrelevant once it is posted online. Whatever receives the most clicks becomes the story. And during the night, the headline for moms crying on stage was Remy Ma, the same woman who formerly ruled with bars that made men back off. In an attempt to make connections, people began accessing previous interviews and posts. "Being a mom means hiding your tears until your child is asleep," she remarked in a rediscovered tape from her talk program. Once again, that quote went viral. With a new video, fans started sewing it together and referring to it as prophetic. One person even posted on Twitter, "She warned us years ago that she was breaking." Reminisce, who is still only a young child in the spotlight, was taken by surprise. Comments on her own Instagram were overwhelming, with some people supporting her and others criticizing her. The poor girl fell mute. No responses, no posts. People continued to speculate despite the very palpable sense of remorse that was growing online. Did she treat her mother disrespectfully? Was there a script? Just another PR gimmick? The typical cycle, chaos and phony empathy. But supposedly, things worsened behind closed doors. Remy hasn't spoken much since that night. An individual who claimed to be close to the family told a gossip blog. She has been keeping to herself, not taking calls, and remaining offline. Papoose, who is typically her strongest advocate, has also remained silent. Just silence, no posts, no denial. Additionally, silence speaks louder than words in the world of rumor. Outside the event, a fan captured a brief video of Remy leaving early, disregarding cameras and with red eyes. The sound of paparazzi shouting questions can be heard. "Are you all right, Remy? Was your daughter involved?" She simply continues to walk, though. The description for the video alone stated it all, and it received millions of views. At last, the most resilient rapper broke. Additionally, as social media disputes whether she was exposed or overreacting, underneath, something more significant is taking place. Remy Ma's reputation as the tough, self-assured, unstoppable queen is eroding in front of the same crowd that once adored her. It serves as a harsh reminder of how easily the internet can change from being loving to being mocking. Today's popular meme is derived from yesterday's inspiration. Not everyone is laughing, though. She is being vehemently defended by some supporters who claim she deserves empathy and privacy. "Remy raised her daughter right," one commenter commented. "Don't pretend that mothers are emotionless." "First and foremost, she is a human being," another added. "Celebrities are treated like robots by you all until they break." But rumor spreads more quickly than pity. The touching video continues to circulate. The same few seconds that devastated her are now being replayed and translated in worldwide pages. Furthermore, the irony of that brief, shaky, poor quality, and possibly misinterpreted clip is now characterizing her entire year. Ray's most vulnerable public moment, according to music outlets. Reaction videos, tears, body language analysis, and comparisons to previous interviews are being posted by bloggers. Suddenly, everyone believes they understand her suffering. However, what if the truth is even more sinister? What if this wasn't merely humiliation? What if this was a tipping point that had been building for months? According to many close to her team, she has been battling personal betrayal, pressure to remain relevant, and extreme mental hardship behind the scenes. One even implied that, despite everything collapsing, she has been attempting to maintain the family's reputation. This viral video wasn't the first, if that's the case. After a year of silent anguish, it was the explosion. Fans are unable to turn away because of this. Because this goes beyond just rumors. It's witnessing the real-time breakdown of a powerful person. The silence, the tears, the laughing. Everything becomes so hazy that no one can recall the actual events. All they can recall is the sensation. And the story continues to trend because of it. Because the internet never stops when it detects emotion. It goes farther. It discovers more. It tells stories. Everyone is now curious as to what actually transpired that evening between Remy Ma and her daughter. Was it a fleeting moment or the one that permanently severed the connection? The tale had already gotten out of hand by the following morning. A digital firestorm was created from what started out as a shaky cell phone film. Every YouTube commenter, hip-hop news source, and gossip site had something to say. Remy Ma was more than simply a fad. Piece by piece, she was dissected. More than simply a fad. Piece by piece, she was dissected. Timelines were swamped with hashtags like In Remy Breakdown, Reminiscence Moment, and Jao's Prayer for Remy. Now, even those who were unfamiliar with her music were viewing the video and delving into her suffering as if it were a brand new episode of a reality program. Some creators added comments like, "Watch her eyes," slowed down the video, and zoomed in. There you have it, heartbreak. Some took it more seriously, claiming that Reminisce had treated her mother disrespectfully in real life. According to one fictitious insider tweet, individuals close to the family attested that Reminisce revealed something Remy didn't want the world to know. In just 2 hours, that tweet had 1.2 million views. Online, it didn't matter that no one knew if it was true. The fact that it felt real was all that mattered. Next came the alleged hotel video. Suddenly, a grainy screen grab appeared that showed Remy in what appeared to be a hotel backstage corridor, clearly distressed and blotting her eyes. Like wildfire, it spread with statements such as, "Remy leaving crying after her daughter embarrassed her." According to some, the photographer was employed by security. It was leaked from a staff member's phone, according to others. Everyone saved the original post, reposted it, and used it as a talking point before it vanished within hours. The actual mayhem began at that point. Rumors started to circulate that Floyd Mayweather had responded to the event in some way. An old picture of him and Remy at an event years ago was shared on a fan page with the message, "Floyd warned her about fake love." Look, it rekindled their previous tension, but it had nothing to do with the current circumstances. All of a sudden, everyone was assembling all of the gossip, conflicts, and unspoken animosities from the previous 10 years into a single, disorganized story. Remy, meanwhile, said nothing at all. No tweets, no interviews, no statements. And the situation was exacerbated by that silence. Supporters began to fear the worst. She checked herself into a wellness resort, according to one post. She cut off all of her intimate friends and family, according to another. Screenshots give the impression that fiction is fact, even if none of it was confirmed. Simultaneously, Reminisce finally opened up, sort of. The caption on her Instagram photo read, "I'll always love my mom, even when the world doesn't understand us." She shared the photo in black and white. Just that, no tags, no explanations. However, that one sentence struck the internet like lightning. Her comments were inundated by fans. What does this signify? What do we not comprehend? Are you verifying something happened? The YouTube breakdowns followed. Reaction channels have titles such as Reminisce's Post's Hidden Meaning or Remy Ma's Daughter Just Revealed the Truth. Each thumbnail displayed. Even though it wasn't related to the same incident, Remy was crying. Even AI voiceovers posing like family insiders were employed by some designers. Remy Ma was the primary attraction at the circus. However, there was no amusement in her circle. They were wars of emotion. One publication was informed by a close family friend. Remy was caught off guard. She believed that rather than being a humiliating experience, the event was meant to be a moment of connection. Since then, she hasn't stopped weeping. Another said that after an altercation, Papoose left the house for a few days, despite his best efforts to defuse the situation. He's sick of the drama in the spotlight. He informed her, the insider continued, "You can't win against the internet." One of the most popular quotes of the week was, "You can't win against the internet." It began appearing in memes as a caption for Remy's heartbreaking picture. It was cruelly ironic. A woman who had made a name for herself by being daring was now being laughed at. Around the third day, fresh video purportedly taken by an event attendee surfaced. A voice that sounds nostalgic can be heard in this video stating, "Mom, you always make everything about you." That one line is all. However, it was sufficient to rekindle the whole storm. People began disparaging Reminisce and accusing her of lacking empathy. Others defended her, saying it was just the angst of adolescence. They took sides and drew lines. A mother-daughter moment had become a virtual custody dispute thanks to the internet. Fans discussed it like a national scandal on Twitter Spaces. "This isn't about family," one host stated. "This has to do with the price of celebrity. For your suffering, your child shouldn't have to go viral." Another countered, "No, Ray has been acting flawless for too long. Lengthy. This is karma for how she treated others in the industry. Everybody had a theory. Everybody had a viewpoint. No one knew the truth." The emotional curveball then appeared. A small blog claimed to have a leaked audio memo of Remy Ma speaking to a buddy on Friday night. The sound in the clip was muffled and could have been altered with ease. "I just wish she knew how much I love her," a voice that could be hers says. "I wasn't worthy of that." That line went viral whether it was true or not. It was quoted by all of the main rumor sites. Overnight, the number of reaction videos increased. Millions of people watched TikTok videos of her crying while a melancholy piano tune played. Her sadness had become background noise on the internet. Even famous people began to weigh in. "Y'all need to stop turning family moments into circus acts," Cardi B wrote in a mysterious story that she shared on social media. Fans thought it had to do with Remy. Under a fan post, Fabulous wrote, "That's still her baby. Motherhood should not be played with." Others, however, weren't so generous. Some individuals made fun of the circumstance, claiming it was just another phony advertising gimmick to win over sympathies. Remy Moss remained silent throughout it all until she quit. She eventually made a post on her Instagram story late on Sunday night. White writing on a black background reads, "You broke me, baby." No context, no names, but everyone understood who she was referring to. Social media was inundated with screenshots. People let out a gasp. A few people sobbed. It was deemed manipulative by some. Some claimed it was the most human thing they had seen her do in a long time. Everything changed with just one sentence. The sympathy changed at once. All of a sudden, Reminisce was being attacked by people who called her ungrateful and accused her of rudeness. Hours later, the sad girl erased her social media accounts. However, it was too late. The decision had already been made by the internet. It was no longer about comprehension. It has to do with retaliation. A new rumor that would elevate the tale to a new level emerged among the confusion. According to a gossip website, they possessed unique, unreleased footage from that same evening that purportedly showed Remy and another family member fighting backstage. With the caption, "You thought the video was bad?" The page hinted to it. Hold on till you hear her next statement. Thousands of fans awaited the drop, but instead of footage, the page posted a mysterious message that drove the internet into a frenzy. Video removed by request from higher-ups. The superiors were who? Was this allowed? Was it being shut down by Remy's team? Or was there someone guarding something larger? The story had changed now. It was more than a humiliating incident. It has to do with control, image, and power. The reality had been eclipsed by the tale. Every rumor, deleted post, and quiet turned into proof of something more sinister. The true Remy Ma, the mother, the artist, the lady behind the headlines, was disappearing among all of that commotion. Her story was predetermined by the internet, and no one was prepared for what was about to happen, regardless of what she said next. It was more than simply a scandal by Monday morning. Minute after minute, a public breakdown was taking place. Previously seen as unflappable, Remy Ma was now characterized as emotionally unstable. And during a crisis, the headlines became more obscene. The thumbnails became more crisp. The story was widely reported by talk shows, podcasts, and YouTube drama channels, which referred to it as the demise of a hip-hop icon. Worst of all, her music was no longer being discussed. Only drama, tears, and that one moment captured on film. "This is sad to watch," and "she needs therapy" were among the comments made by fans who once referred to her as the Bronx Queen. It wasn't a worried tone, though. It was amusement masquerading as compassion. Her suffering became an addiction on the internet. The rumors became louder each time she remained silent. Each time she shared something ambiguous, it was analyzed like a murder mystery clue. The alleged leaked apologies followed. An audio tape purportedly reminiscing about a FaceTime conversation with a friend began making the rounds on the internet late one evening. "I didn't mean," the voice in the video said. "I didn't mean," the voice in the video said, "to cause her harm. I was being honest. She is aware of my love for her." According to the account that shared it, it originated from a family member. It received over 3 million views in a matter of hours. Its authenticity was disputed, but no one was able to provide proof. Nevertheless, the harm was done. It was dubbed redemption by half of the internet. According to the other half, it was damage control. Ray's inner circle allegedly started preparing a public relations reaction in the interim. According to one insider, she declined her team's request for her to do an interview in order to retract her story. "I'm tired of performing pain," she stated. She doesn't want to pretend to be forgiving in front of cameras, the source informed a gossip website. Tired of causing suffering, that one sentence went viral on its own. You could sense the weight of that. A woman enslaved by the exact image that once gave her power, having survived the industry, jail, betrayal, and hatred. The pressure continued. According to reports, the BET Awards producers contacted her management and hinted that if the matter isn't resolved quickly, they may reevaluate her scheduled tribute portion. The sponsors fell silent. Her name was removed from guest lists on talk shows. Her embarrassment had become valuable due to the internet. Additionally, each brand was debating whether to profit or withdraw. Remy Moss remained silent throughout it all until one evening when she unexpectedly appeared on Instagram Live. For the first several seconds, the screen was dark. Her heavy breathing sounded as if she had been crying. Then her face showed up. No cosmetics. Just the truth without any lights. "I'm not here to explain anything," she said. She spoke in a steady, low voice. "You guys turned a private moment into something amusing. However, the fact that you all made my baby feel like a villain is what hurts the most." She stopped, wiped a tear from her eye, and looked down. There was nothing wrong with nostalgia. She is a child. Her mother is me. It's my responsibility to keep her safe, not the other way around. Even though the live stream was only 3 minutes long, those 3 minutes caused another internet outage. Hearts, apologies, love, and guilt were all over her remarks from fans. Suddenly, those who had been making fun of her for days began to stand up for her. "I was broken by this," a viewer remarked. "I was laughing at pain I didn't understand." But the peace didn't last long. A few hours later, There was a fresh report that Floyd Mayweather, who had been included in the story earlier, had leaked further video from the incident. It started to circulate fake screenshots of him emailing someone with the message, "Told y'all I keep receipts." Clearly, it was a phony. Even though the fonts didn't fit Instagram's design, the fad persisted. What they wanted to believe, they believed. Floyd was the ideal villain, and the internet adores them. Fans quickly turned against him, accusing him of being attention-obsessed, poisonous, and nasty. He was even charged by others with jealously attempting to ruin Remy's legacy. It made no difference whether he was involved or not. The story exploded once more when his name was added, and the headlines were worse this time. Mayweather makes private family footage public. Following Floyd's leak, T.I. jumps to Remy's defense. Legends of hip-hop blame Mayweather for being disrespectful. Meanwhile, more videos surfaced on the internet. Shaky videos from witnesses who say they were at the same event. They all displayed the same scene at hazy angles with nothing fresh to show. They were slowed down, given depressing filters, accompanied with dramatic narration, and transformed into emotional edits by TikTok producers. "She didn't cry because of disrespect," read one post that went viral. "Because she's sick of being strong, she sobbed." In a single day, it received 14 million views. Something changed at that point. The people began to express real empathy for the first time. Trending hashtags were "Nah Child Protect Remy" and "Notch Her Mother's Death Deserve Grace." Live celebrities reposted her with encouraging remarks. "She is family," tweeted Fat Joe. "You must keep in mind that she is a human." Even Nicki Minaj, whose relationship with Remy has been complicated, liked a post that supported her. Fans were in a frenzy over that one. People began to conjecture about healing, unity, and reconciliation. Insiders, however, claimed in private that Remy wasn't doing well. She has been withdrawing. According to one acquaintance, she is devastated that people she thought of as family abandoned her in order to get clicks. According to another, Papoose persuaded her to avoid social media completely for a time. "She is giving too much of herself to those who don't care," he informed her. There were days without any postings or statements, just quiet, until a picture showed up on the Reminisce account one Friday afternoon. She was seen grasping her mother's hand. Just that, without a caption. However, that picture accomplished what words couldn't. The fans went crazy. Every remark was sentimental. They reconciled. "I was healed by this. Once more, mother and daughter are strong." People found the closure they needed in that photo. Media sources began using terms like forgiveness, healing, and reconciliation, even though the story wasn't really done. Insiders, however, said that tension still existed behind the grins. According to one insider, they're talking again. But you can't unsee what the internet did. And perhaps that's the actual disaster. Not the tears or the embarrassment, but the way the world made something so personal into a source of amusement. The anguish of a mother became a viral challenge that went viral for a week. A child's embarrassing event became a worldwide news story. After devouring them, the internet moved on. Ultimately, Remy Ma's legacy remained intact. She was no longer private. The price of being authentic in a phony world. In her most recent post, one admirer encapsulated it wonderfully. "All we returned to you was judgment, yet you gave us song, strength, and confidence." That's the most heinous form of celebrity for someone like Remy. You are remembered for the wrong thing, but you are not canceled. Despite all the suffering, she is still standing, mute, disfigured, and still. Because regardless of how many stories circulate, how many phony videos are released, or how much the internet distorts her facts, Remy Ma is the same woman who persevered through all of it. For a while, the world simply forgot that. Additionally, this breakdown might not have been the end. Maybe that was the beginning of something real, something visceral, something that tells everyone watching that even legends cry. Perhaps the most frightening aspect of all of this is the quiet that follows a storm. Because Remy Ma still has to look at that mirror after the cameras have stopped recording and the tweets have stopped whirling. As a mother who experienced heartbreak in front of the world, not as a rapper or a superstar, such moments cannot be erased. Pain cannot be rebranded. You simply endure it. However, this is the reality that nobody wants to acknowledge. Every scandal that goes viral eventually turns into entertainment. Each breakdown becomes a meme. Additionally, each apology is turned into a TikTok sound. The peace is not what the internet wants. It seeks feeling. It's interested in seeing who breaks first. And it wasn't a rapper losing a fight this time. A mother was losing control of her own narrative. Nevertheless, there is a certain strength in witnessing her recover and rise above the ashes, silent but unbeaten. Perhaps when Remy Ma speaks again, it won't be with tears or gossip, but with the unvarnished, unrepentant, and unadulterated truth. Because everyone knows in their hearts that she's not finished. Not quite yet. And to everyone who is currently laughing at her suffering, keep in mind that the internet always comes full round. The headline of today turns into a regret of tomorrow. The comeback is loaded, so save your receipts. If that's how you felt, click subscribe, stay tuned, and keep your eyes open because the next twist could come at any moment. All of our secrets are kept on this channel. Shines brighter than celebrity, and every quiet moment conceals a tempest. And believe me, there is yet more to come. It's only the beginning. Believe me, there is yet more to come. It's only the beginning.